Picture this. You are standing in the middle of a beautiful, busy street in a foreign country. You reach into your pocket to take a photo, and your hand grabs nothing. Your phone is gone.
It is the ultimate modern travel nightmare. You have no map, no translation app, and you probably do not even know your own phone number anymore. I'm Jack, and this is English Through Situations.
And I'm Rose. Welcome to another episode of our series, What Would You Do? Today we are putting you in a very stressful but very real travel situation.
Exactly. We are going to test your survival skills, and more importantly, your English skills, when everything suddenly goes wrong far away from home.
Let's build this scenario clearly so you can really feel the pressure. You have been saving up for this trip for months. Let's say you are in Rome or Tokyo or Paris, somewhere big, crowded, and exciting.
You are having a great time. You just ate a wonderful lunch at a small cafe. You walked through a crowded market. You even bought a souvenir. Everything is going perfectly according to plan.
But then comes the moment of truth. You want to check the time or look up the directions to the nearest train station. You pat your right pocket. Empty. You check your left pocket. Empty.
You check your bag. You dig through the receipts, the sunglasses, the wallet. No phone. Just empty space.
And immediately that cold feeling hits your stomach. The panic. Because nowadays, our phones are not just phones. They are our entire travel brain.
Let's list what you actually just lost. You lost your GPS map. You lost your camera. You lost your ability to translate words. You lost your train tickets, which were probably saved as screenshots or in an app.
And the worst part? You suddenly realize you do not know the exact address of your hotel. You know it is near a blue building with a bakery, but you don't know the street name.
So here are the rules of today's What Would You Do situation. You are alone. You have your wallet, so you have some cash and your credit cards. You have your passport safely in your bag. But you have absolutely zero digital connection to the world.
It is so scary to think about. We rely completely on technology. If this happened to me, I think my brain would just stop working for a full minute.
That is the most common first reaction. People freeze. They stand on the sidewalk, checking the same empty pocket 5 times, hoping the phone will magically appear out of thin air.
I am definitely guilty of that. The magic pocket check. You think, maybe I just didn't feel it the first 4 times. Let me check the exact same pocket again.
Right, but after the denial fades, you have to make a choice, and you have to act. So the question we are exploring today is, what is your very first move? How do you communicate your problem? And how do you find your way back to safety using only English and the kindness of strangers?
Okay, Jack, let's put you in the hot seat. Put yourself in this exact situation. The magic pocket check has failed. You are standing on the busy street. What is your actual, honest first step?
Honestly, my very first step is to force myself to breathe and do a mental timeline. I call it retracing your steps.
Retracing your steps. That is a great phrase. It means to go back exactly the way you came, checking the places you just visited.
Exactly. I would ask myself, when was the exact last time I looked at my screen? If I remember taking a photo of a beautiful fountain 10 minutes ago, I know the phone was lost between that fountain and where I am standing now.
But what if you left it at that cafe where you had lunch? That was an hour ago. You have walked through 3 different streets since then.
That is the tricky part. If I think I left it at the cafe, I have to walk all the way back there. But without a map, do I even remember how to get back to the cafe?
See? This is why it is a nightmare. You need the map to find the place where you lost the thing that has your map.
Exactly. It's a terrible cycle. But let's say I manage to find my way back to the cafe. I walk in. I need to ask the staff if they found it. This is where your English becomes your ultimate survival tool.
How would you ask? Because if you are panicking, you might just run in and yell, "My phone! Did you see my phone?" Which is not very polite and might confuse them.
True. Panic makes us forget our manners. But being polite gets you much better help. I would walk up to the counter, make eye contact, take a breath, and say, Excuse me, I think I left my phone here about an hour ago. Has anyone handed it in?
Has anyone handed it in? That is a very natural and polite way to ask. It means, did another customer find it on the table or the floor and give it to the staff?
What would you say, Rose? Would you use different words if you walked into that cafe?
I might say, excuse me, I was sitting at that table in the corner earlier. I've lost my phone. Could you please check if it's still there or if someone found it?
That is also perfect. It gives them specific context. Pointing out the exact table helps them remember you and limits the search area.
But let's make the situation a little darker, Jack. What if the waiter looks at you and says, "No, sorry, we cleaned that table and there was nothing there"?
Then the stress level goes up significantly. If it is not at the cafe, it means I either dropped it on the street or someone took it. A pickpocket.
A pickpocket. Someone who steals things out of your pockets or bags in crowded places without you noticing. This is very common in major tourist areas.
If I suspect a pickpocket, retracing my steps won't help at all. The phone is gone, moving in the opposite direction. At this point, I need to borrow a phone immediately to call my bank, block my cards, or log out of my accounts.
So you have to ask a stranger on the street for help. This is honestly my worst nightmare. I hate bothering people, especially when everyone looks so busy.
Most people do hate it. It feels very awkward. But remember, most people are also kind human beings and will help if they clearly understand you are in a real emergency.
Let's do a quick role play. Let's practice how to ask a stranger for help. I will be the tourist in an absolute panic, and you be the stranger walking by.
All right, I'm just a local person walking down the street, drinking a coffee, minding my own business. Go ahead.
Excuse me, please stop. I lost my phone. You have to help me right now. Give me your phone.
Whoa, okay, back up, calm down. What's going on?
Okay, out of character. That was terrible, right? I sounded demanding, aggressive, and a little bit crazy.
Yes, absolutely. If a stranger runs at me screaming, "You have to help me right now," my instinct is to walk away quickly. It feels unsafe.
So how do we ask a stranger for something as personal and expensive as borrowing their smartphone without scaring them away?
You need to use what we call softeners in English. You need to acknowledge that you are interrupting their day. State your problem clearly but calmly, and ask politely. Let's try it again. I will be the tourist this time.
Okay, I am the stranger walking by. I look busy.
Excuse me, I am so sorry to bother you. I have a bit of an emergency. I've lost my phone and I am completely lost. Would it be possible to use your phone just for 2 minutes to make a quick call?
Wow. As a stranger, if I heard that tone and those words, I would absolutely stop and help. It is polite, it explains the problem clearly, and it gives a strict time limit. Just for 2 minutes.
Giving a time limit is a great psychological trick. It tells the stranger that you respect their time, and it reassures them that you are not going to steal their phone and run away or use all their data for an hour.
Let's break down those excellent phrases. I am so sorry to bother you. This is the best, most polite way to stop a stranger in any English-speaking country.
Then I said, I have a bit of an emergency. Adding the words "a bit of" makes the emergency sound less aggressive and dramatic, but still serious enough that you genuinely need a favor.
And instead of saying, "Can I use your phone?" you said, "Would it be possible to use your phone?" It is much more formal, polite, and respectful of their property.
Now let's look at another obstacle. What if this stranger wants to help but says, "Sorry, I don't have international calling on my plan." Because you are abroad, maybe you need to call your family in your home country.
Oh, that is a very real problem. I would probably reply, "That's completely okay. Could I possibly use your internet just to send a quick message on WhatsApp or Instagram?" Most people have unlimited data nowadays.
That is a brilliant alternative. But let's say you cannot reach anyone, or you just need official help. Your next major step, and this is crucial for insurance, is going to the police.
Yes, you need to file a police report. Even if you don't think the police will actually find the phone, because let's be honest, they rarely do, You absolutely need the official report to claim your travel insurance when you get home.
Exactly. To file a police report means to make an official, written document stating that a crime happened or an expensive item was lost.
But here is the funny part. How do you find the police station if you don't have a map on your phone?
You have to ask for directions again. The cycle continues, and you have to ask clearly.
You could simply ask a passerby, "Excuse me, do you know where the nearest police station is?"
Simple and effective. Or, if you see a security guard or a shop owner, you can say, "Could you point me toward the nearest police station? I need to report a lost item."
Actually, shop owners are the best people to ask in a foreign city. They know the neighborhood perfectly, and they are usually safe, stationary targets to approach.
That is a great safety tip, Rose. Walking into a quiet, well-lit shop to ask for help is much safer than stopping random people on a busy, chaotic street.
Okay, let's fast forward. You get to the police station. You walk in, and the officer asks what happened. How do you describe the situation clearly without wasting their time?
You need to give the cold, hard facts. What exactly you lost, where you think you lost it, and the approximate time. For example, I would like to report a lost phone. It's a black smartphone with a blue case. I think it was stolen or dropped near the Central Market about 2 hours ago.
Perfect. "I would like to report" is the exact professional phrase you need at any police station or security desk.
Now, the officer will almost certainly ask you for your phone's IMEI number or serial number to put in the report. Do you know your phone's IMEI number, Rose?
Absolutely not. Who in the world memorizes a 15-digit random number?
Exactly. Almost no one does. This is why a great travel tip, before you ever lose your phone, is to email important numbers, passport copies, and hotel addresses to yourself before a trip, so you can log into a computer anywhere and find them.
That is incredibly smart. I need to start doing that. But in the moment, standing at the police station without that info, you just have to be honest and say, "I'm afraid I don't know the serial number by heart."
And that is fine. The most important thing is that you communicated clearly, stayed relatively calm, and took the right steps to handle the crisis.
This entire situation is stressful just to talk about. My palms are actually sweating a little bit, but it gives us so much great vocabulary for dealing with real-world problems.
Let's move on and clearly review some of the most useful phrases we discussed today, so you are ready if disaster strikes.
All right, before we ask for your opinions, let's look at 6 key phrases from today's survival scenario.
Phrase number 1, to retrace your steps.
To retrace your steps means to go back along the exact physical path you just walked, usually to find something you dropped or forgot.
Example, when I realized my wallet was gone, I had to retrace my steps all the way back to the train station.
Repeat after us. To retrace your steps.
Phrase number 2, has anyone handed it in?
We use this when asking staff at a restaurant, hotel, or shop if another person found our lost item and gave it to them for safekeeping.
Example, I left my umbrella at this table yesterday. Has anyone handed it in?
Repeat after us. Has anyone handed it in?
Phrase number 3, a pickpocket.
A pickpocket is a thief who quietly steals things from your pockets or bags in a crowded public place without you noticing.
Example, you need to keep your bag zipped in the market. There are a lot of pickpockets around.
Repeat after us. A pickpocket.
Phrase number 4, I am so sorry to bother you.
This is a highly polite and gentle way to interrupt a stranger to ask for help. It shows respect for their time and immediately makes them more willing to listen.
Example, excuse me, I am so sorry to bother you, but could you tell me where the nearest hospital is?
Repeat after us. I am so sorry to bother you.
Phrase number 5, would it be possible to?
This is an excellent formal alternative to "can I?" It is perfect when you are asking a stranger for a big favor, like borrowing an expensive item.
Example, would it be possible to use your phone for just 1 minute to call my family?
Repeat after us. Would it be possible to?
And our last phrase, to file a police report.
This means to officially tell the police about a crime or a lost item and get a formal document, usually required for insurance claims.
Example: after his laptop was stolen, he went straight to the local station to file a police report.
Repeat after us. To file a police report.
Those phrases are incredibly useful, even if you never lose your phone. Just knowing how to politely interrupt someone and ask for help gives you a lot of confidence when traveling.
Exactly. And now it is your turn. We gave you our strategies, but everyone handles stress differently. Some people are problem solvers, and some people just need a moment to panic.
So, here is today's big question for you. What would you do in this exact situation?
Imagine you are in a beautiful foreign city. You reach into your pocket and your phone is completely gone. You are alone and you don't know your hotel address. What is your very first action?
Would you immediately panic and run around? Would you quietly retrace your steps? Would you ask a stranger right away? Or would you find a cafe, buy a coffee, and just sit down to think?
Write one clear sentence in the comments below using English. You can start your sentence exactly like this.
I would, because...
For example, you could write, I would walk into a large hotel and ask the receptionist for help because they usually speak good English.
Or, I would just start crying because I have all my travel photos on that phone. Honestly, we won't judge you.
We read all the comments, and we can't wait to see your survival plans.
Losing a phone abroad is a terrible, stressful experience. But if you stay relatively calm and use polite, clear English, you can navigate your way out of almost any problem.
Remember, people around the world generally want to help a tourist in trouble. The way you approach them and the polite language you use makes all the difference in the world.
If this specific scenario helped you feel a little more prepared for your next trip, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with a friend who loves to travel.
Your support helps us keep creating these real-life scenarios so you can practice your English in meaningful ways.
You've been watching English Through Situations.
Real English, real situations, better conversations.
Keep traveling safely, keep practicing, and we will see you in the next episode.